Well, hello everybody. So I started a few seconds early because you see, I'm going to be ending a few minutes early due to the fact that I am going out to dinner with a bunch of friends for my birthday. So I thought I'd start a little early so that way I could get a jump start on getting home and going out. So we're going to give it a few seconds for people to jump on because I always start a few minutes early and people are waiting. So I'm wearing Creations by Pretty Little Things Vintage. See this? These are actually hair pieces that I put onto hats and I clipped onto myself. You can get her stuff. Her Halloween stuff will be debuting tomorrow. And pop in and get it. Lana Lenore, local pinup lady, makes these. Aren't they fabulous with the oranges? They're great for pinup contests. So anyways, well, hello, Shelly. How are you doing? We're going to be talking about blow molds, vintage blow molds. And as you can see, I'll step out of the way. A whole bunch of them. So we were lucky enough to stumble upon a hoard of blow molds that we were able to pick up and have available this Halloween. But we're going to talk about blow molds for a minute. And we got one more minute, so I'm going to start in a few seconds. What I'm wearing is Creations by Lana Lenore. Hi, Billy. How are you? So fall is coming. Halloween is coming. Great time. A lot of fun. Look at all the blow molds. Aren't there? There's tons of them. And these aren't even all we have. We have so much more. It's crazy. So let's start talking about blow molds, shall we? Blow molds are hot. Hot. And they're hard to find. And so stumbling across a lot like this is pretty rare, to be honest with you. And as you can see, I have some cool ones. But we're going to talk about blow molds. Who makes them? Why they're desirable? Why people love them? Why you see them in the yards? I prefer, to be honest with you, I prefer these over the blow-ups. They look better during the day. They're not laid out all over the lawn. They are cool. The only thing is, you got to be careful because people can steal them off your lawn. Hey, Gary, how are you? Kathleen, thank you for joining us. We're going to be talking about vintage blow molds. And as I'm going to step away here, you can see we have a whole bunch of them. And like I said before, this is not all that we have. So, who knows who Don Featherstone is? And Don Featherstone, actually, he just recently died in 2015. I'm going to take these off. I'll talk about him again. If I can. The hat's really hot. Don't mind my hair. But I'm going to set these over here and then I'll be right back. Sorry about that, you guys. I thought I could handle it for a while, but it's a little humid. So, anyways, blow molds. Don Featherstone. We're going to talk about Don Featherstone. Don Featherstone, famous for pink flamingos. In 1953, he created the pink flamingo. He was working with, I believe, Union Plastics. Let me see. I wrote down little notes so I wasn't wrong. Hi, Tiffany. How are you? Don Featherstone was, Union Products. I was right. So Don Featherstone worked for Union Products. He created the pink flamingo. So everybody who knows the pink flamingo, you can thank Don Featherstone for creating this. Don Featherstone created the pink flamingo in 1953. Hi, Maria. I miss you. In 1953, he recently passed away in 2015. And with his wife, and I gotta tell you something. So, upon research, one of the coolest little tidbits I came across with Don Featherstone is him and his wife Nancy were married for 44 years. The last 32 years of Don Featherstone's life, him and his wife Nancy dressed identical every time they were seen in public. They wore the same outfits. Well, the male and female version of the same outfits. But isn't that cool? I have 4 of these. And so it's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. For somebody of that time period to be so outlandish to wear the same things his wife are wearing or vice versa, I think it's fantastic. And it goes to show why somebody so fabulous made the pink flamingo. So every time you see a pink flamingo or a flamingo in a yard, you can thank Don Featherstone. Now, Don Featherstone also We're freezing up. Am I freezing up? I don't see it on this end. Can you guys see me? Okay. All right. So Don Featherstone made more than this. He worked for Union Products, Union Plastic, but Don Featherstone also did Bela Lugosi, The Witches, and I'm going to grab this one because I'm going to show you. Right down at the bottom, you will see Don Featherstone. I don't know if you guys can see it. You can see it engraved in here. Oh, good. Thanks, Gary. You can see it engraved in here. And so Don Featherstone made your iconic pieces, right? Like The Witch, Bela Lugosi, the Universal Monster, Dracula, bunch of other things. So when you're out and about and you see a Don Featherstone, pick it up because it's worth it. Check her out. Isn't she fantastic? You're going to find wear on some of these, but that's okay. That means they've been used. But isn't she fantastic? You know, Halloween's coming up. So, but isn't that a neat tidbit about Don Featherstone? The fact that he and his wife dressed the same. So, 1957, yes, Don Featherstone. He worked forever creating different. He worked forever creating different things, and forever I say until he retired. But like I said, Bela Lugosi. Let's take a look at this. This is the rarest blow mold that I have here. Is right there. It's Bela Lugosi, and he's got rocks in him to keep him up, so he's gonna be a little heavy. And so, isn't he fantastic? Oh my God! I wish I had a Frankenstein. If you look here, Bela Lugosi. You see it? Bela Lugosi's Dracula. This is a Don Featherstone. It's written right down here. So, as you can see, I thought I cleaned him up pretty good. But, look at him. Isn't he fantastic? Looks just like Bela Lugosi, doesn't he? Fantastic. And he's heavy because I got rocks in him, which I suggest doing so they don't fall over in the wind. Let me put him back up there. Now, sorry about that, guys. Don Featherstone is not the only, and Union Products is not the only ones that have done blow molds. So, in the 50s, 60s, there were a plethora of different companies that did blow molds. A ton of them, actually. And then, throughout the years, they got acquired up, right? Kind of like our big three. They got acquired up. Like General Motors going around and buying up all the little tiny car companies. So, I don't have prices on them yet, but I can tell you that Bela Lugosi is the most expensive. The rest of them will be priced this week. We just got these last night. Yes, stop in anytime. So these will all be out throughout the week, into the weekend. So as we go, you'll see. But Floyd, I can let you know if there's certain ones you wanted to know prices on. So let me grab my trusty little thing here. So in the 1950s, there were, I'm going to say this wrong, Perchaps created them, Beko created them, Polarone, and Santa's Best. All were separate companies that created blow molds. And finding blow molds from those companies are what certain collectors look for. So, and then in the 1960s and 70s, Empire went and bought them all up, right? So the collectability on these can be based on when they were made, who made them, if they were made by, let's say, Santa's Best before they were bought by Empire, if they were made by Empire but a Santa's Best mold, or, you know, a Pelicone mode or a Beko mode or mold or any of those made by Empire would be the later models. Whereas if it said Santa's Best on it, then you know it was made before Empire bought it. So the collectability of these can go based on what your desire is. If you like the, you know, the originals, the secondary, meaning the molds were bought by a different company and made, or new modern ones, because they still, you know, Empire is still making them, and probably based on the old molds. So the Universal Monster ones, because they make the Mummy, they make the all the basic Universal Monsters. I've never seen the Mummy. Actually, we had the Mummy once, but the Witch, the Dracula, Frankenstein, which we've had once, I think. But they are very hugely in demand, just like all of these are. Because, first of all, I love this one. This is my favorite one of my favorite ones. And I say that because look at the ghosts. Isn't that fantastic? Isn't that fantastic? Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Look at these faces. They're fun. I love them. Now, this one is made by Empire. This is Empire Plastics, or Empire Products. But I just love it. The tombstone, the three ghosts coming out of it. How fun is that? And like I said, these will all be placed out on the floor as time goes this week. Let me set that there. Empire and Union and General Foams, which is another current one, they don't make them like this anymore. The newer ones don't look like this. And I'm not a fan of blow-ups at all. I think blow-ups are terrible. They look nice when they're blown up. They look awful when they're not. But, what else do I need to tell you? And then there are, outside of the European or the American companies, now, I'm jumping all over the place. Certain companies are known for certain things. In other words, like General Foams, which has been around for a while, and it's another one that bought up a bunch of little companies. They're known for their nativity. So they are known for the big nativity scenes that you see that are blow molds. They're known for making those. They're known, and just like Empire is known for the big snowman, right? The big, huge snowman. So Empire is known for snowmen. This is Empire. And they're known for their snowman. So pretty much guaranteed, you buy a vintage snowman, it's probably going to be Empire. You buy a vintage nativity set, it's probably going to be General Foams. And then there are those collectors that collect international ones, like TPI, which is made out of Canada, or different ones that are made out of Europe or China, or and I don't mean made in China, I mean made for China. Germany, stuff like that. All the different ones. I don't have any international ones here, but we've seen them, and some people collect those instead of these. Kind of like a Pyrex collector. So, and a lot of people who collect blow molds also love the pails, because it's the same product and the same style of making it, right? So, the pails. And one of the cool things about this, and so, okay, PM me. I'm reading what people are saying, so. I'm sensing a special back room. We do have a room made for Christmas and holiday, yeah. But as you see behind me now, the funny thing is we're going to go back up there and we're going to do some more buy of blow molds. Mostly Christmas coming up. But what floored me, and this was an individual person who called us into their home. They had doubles of all these, which was crazy. And we may pick those up as well, you never know. But another good one, God, I got so many to show you. This one, I love this one. Look at this one. This one also has rocks in it. And look at that face, isn't it fantastic? It's fantastic. Now this one is made by, ooh, I don't see it. It must be on the back. Oh, it's right there. This General Foams made this one. So this is General Foams. And how cool, I love the face. Look at the face. The face is, it's Time Warp Green. I love it. So I must have an affinity for the ghosts, because I think the ghosts are the best of all. I know that the Dracula is the most expensive, but I don't care. And then this, and I know it seems silly, but this is fantastic. Look at this. The totem pole. It's a totem pole of pumpkin heads. 2 lights. They got Ys. Oh, guess who makes this? If they're faded, yes, it can take the value down some depending on how rare it is. We just sold a faded one actually that was somewhat faded, but it can bring the price down a little bit. Yes, if it is a rare piece, then it may not affect it as much, but it can. Yeah. But look who it is. Can you see it? Ah, my finger's stuck. Right there. Don Featherstone made these. So this is a Don Featherstone mold. It's awesome. I wish I could light them up for you, but I don't have no plugs around here. So now during Christmas, a lot of the houses you see that are all decorated up, you see the toy soldiers, and the toy soldiers are really cool because they're small. They're small, but they make a great impact when they're lit up and maybe lining your driveway or something. But how cool. Now think to yourself, there is one warning I must give you. They're fabulous, aren't they? They're fantastic, aren't they? We want all of them, right? We want all of them, right? But you also, after the holiday, have to store these somewhere. So you want to be careful on it's kind of like when you order too much food and your stomach, your mind is bigger than your stomach. These can take up so much space that it can make you not be able to park in your garage anymore. But they're fantastic. Look at this one. This is just a fun little tombstone. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? I love it. This one is made by, oh, where is it made by? This one I'll have to get back to you on the maker for this one. This one I'm not sure. I don't see any signature, so it's probably behind the light plate or on the bottom. And it's easy to light, especially if you've got the little pole lights, so they're little Christmas lights. Sometimes they'll have full light bulbs in them, which you can change from in here. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of them. So I have a lot of people that ask me a question here, like this. Let me show you this one. Right here. Santa, nice list, right? See the writing on it? See the writing on it? See the list writing on it? I'm going to show you this one here. See how somebody traced out the face? So that does affect the value. Yes, it does affect the value, but it doesn't make it worthless. And you've got to remember that these may look drawn in, but when you turn the light on, it may not look that bad. So these may be a little bit cheaper, but they're still really cool to have, and they make an impact. So don't discredit something because it's been a little loved throughout its life, right? So you see, oh, what else should I show? Oh, look at this one. Isn't this fabulous? Look at this. Look at him. Now, who said, isn't that fantastic? Look at this. Now this one, is it a Don Featherstone? I don't think so. I don't see his name on it. His name is always on his stuff. So this one is probably a Union, General Foams. Look at that thing. Right, that's why it's vintage, yep. Look at that, isn't that fantastic? And it's good size because I'm a 6'4", 280-pound person. And I'm holding this, and it's huge. It makes such an impact. This has one of those regular light bulbs. So if you look inside, you can hand change it. You can stick your hand up in there and change it. So there's that one. Then there's this witch. And this one is here's a good clear Empire tag. Empire stamp. You can see it right there. Can you guys see it there? Empire. So, Empire witch, and I lit her up. Somebody put one of the new bulbs in there so she lights up really bright. But look at her. Isn't she fantastic for your lawn? So phenomenal. What I don't have, and I wish I had one here to show you, is tabletop. The tabletop pumpkins, we sold them all already. So hopefully I'll get more. But then I have this one. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that fantastic? This lit up is beautiful. And this one is made by, it's not a Don Featherstone. This one is made by, oh, right here. Ooh, here's a new one. This is made by, oh no. This is Central Foam, General Foam. And right here you'll see the General Foam. It's right here on this. I don't know if you can see it, but General Foam, right here. And he lights up beautiful. His whole body lights up. It's so cool. These things are so fantastic. And then I have this little Santa Claus here, which is cute. Oops. Big Santa's sitting on his cord. Come on, Big Santa, get off this cord. There we go. So this one is cool. Look at that. And this one is made in the, this is Empire Plastics. Empire Plastics, made in the USA. And it has a plate up here so you can put a bigger light in it, but it also has one down here, down at the bottom. So you can, and this has a lower light, so you can always put two lights or a different light in it. So when I say tabletop, I mean like imagine this as a pumpkin, and it would have a little stand and it would be a tabletop, so it could just sit on the table. We get those all the time. We keep those out year round. So that's why we go, we have them, we don't. We have them, we don't. We have them, we don't. Same with the pails. And I'm going to tell you, Halloween's coming. Hang these with fishing line in your front window and put the electric candles inside of them. And it will look like you have floating pumpkins in your window. Fantastic. There's all different sizes too. Oh! All these pails come in, like, you can get Frankenstein's head, you can get Dracula's head, stuff like that. So much fun. So I had mentioned that rocks in these are the best thing to do. Maybe a brick if you can fit it in there, but by putting heavier rocks in them, it will help keep them upright in the yard. And if you can make them as heavy as possible, it will deter anybody trying to steal them from your yard. If you are going to deal in vintage blow molds for Halloween and keep them in your front yard, I would do the expensive vintage ones back towards the house and do the more inexpensive decorations towards the street. That way they have to actually come onto your yard in order to get these, which can be a deterrent as well. Or put them in the backyard or on the side of the yard, because these are extremely desirable, or even inside, in your window, in your front windows, stuff like that with the expensive ones, because you don't want somebody taking them. And in this day and age, they'll do it without even thinking twice about it. And I'm gonna tell you something like, you know, some of these can be several $100s. You know what I mean? I have no prices on any of these yet. These will all be priced throughout the week and then put out, but they can go as high as several $100s. And if you're gonna drop several $100s on one item, you're gonna wanna make sure it stays in your yard or in your front window or something to that effect, because you can't find these that often. So this is just a small selection. Most of our Halloween is here, with the exception of maybe a couple more, but we have a ton more, including a life-size Santa Claus that looks similar to this, but it's life size. Nobody's taller than me. And then we have the Merry Christmas one that I posted on the Merry Kitschy Christmas site. If you don't know what that is, it's a group on Facebook. Go check it out. It's awesome. I've been posting stuff of upcoming Christmas items on there for you to take a look at. Also, they have some cool stuff on there. So it's Merry Kitschy Christmas, and I post stuff that's going to be coming out on there. It's not my site, it's somebody else's. But, so any other questions on blow molds? Don't mind my hand, I'm just going to look and make sure I didn't miss any. Oh, I didn't see a question, but I have something here. So, here is a blow mold, Disney blow mold, Goofy, right? His ear's here. He's missing this ear. Do I throw him away? No, I don't throw him away. I sit him so you don't see his ear. Because A, it's plastic. Plastic doesn't degrade. B, it's cool as heck, and we could probably find an ear on a broken one. So we're going to try and save his little life, and hopefully he'll have some. I know he's a little dirty, right? Well, he'll have some friends meeting him when it comes Christmas. Maybe some Mickeys and Minnies, but I don't know yet. We'll wait and see. So, like I said, Don Featherstone, the father of blow molds, because of the fact that he did his Pink Flamingo. And those of you who didn't hear before, did somebody tell me to put earmuffs on? Oh, earmuffs on the Goofy. Mike, that's fantastic because it'll be winter. Look at you. I thought you said for me to put earmuffs on. Anyways, so a little known tidbit fact about Don Featherstone, if you weren't on when I started, was Don Featherstone, 1953, created the Pink Flamingo for Union Products. And he just recently died in 2015. And the last 32 years of his 44-year marriage to Nancy, they dressed identical. And anytime they were seen in public, they were wearing the same outfit. Isn't that fantastic? He was well way above his time, especially with the Pink Flamingo. Love it. As you can see them, they're all back there dancing through the records. But Don Featherstone is Bela Lugosi's Don Featherstone. The Witch is Don Featherstone. The Pumpkins are Don Featherstone. The Union Products, TPI for Canada, there's all different kinds. So check it out. And for those of you who didn't hear at the beginning, maybe you should dress like him, Maria. Then you can do it. So, but I thought it was funny. Look him up because you're going to see what I'm talking about. So, at the beginning, I had said that I'm going to be closing it down. I'm going to be coming off or ending the show a little early. She says no. I love it. Because I'm meeting a bunch of friends. They're taking me out to dinner for my birthday today. And, but I still had to jump on. I still had to do my show and tell you about all of the fantastic blow molds because we don't get those that often. Not this many. Not like this. I almost want to lay down and roll around in them. But that would hurt. And so, so somebody tell me their favorite out of these. Which one's your guys' favorite? I like the like I said, this one right here is my favorite. I don't know why. Then the green-eyed ghost is my favorite. The two ghosts, isn't that hilarious? And thank you, Maria. And so I don't know. I like them all, but I'm leaning towards the ghost. It's crazy, right? So, anyways, Don Featherstone, Union Products. These will all be out over the next week. So there are no prices right now. So these just came in. I'm still cleaning them. This one right here. I know, isn't he beautiful? Isn't she beautiful? I love it. They're going to be cleaning. Thank you very much. I'm going to be finishing cleaning them, making sure they all work, which they all do. I've already checked. Maybe putting some earmuffs on Goofy. I like that idea, by the way. And thank you so much for tuning in, and you guys have a great night. Yeah, Bella's rare. And the fact that it says Bela Lugosi's Dracula at the bottom is fantastic. I know. You guys have a great night, and I'm off to eat seafood. So thank you so much for watching, and see me next week. I'll be here next Tuesday with something else fabulous. Bye, you guys. Have a great night.